Oh man, we go. Yo, I couldn't wait to go live, man. I was like, yo, we gotta talk about this. Um, definitely couldn't wait to do this. I was all ready for this, man. We have the schedules. High school schedules are out. Talk back to me. That's right. Share this right now. We got the high school schedules out now. Talk back to me. That's what's up. We are gonna look at it now, man. Who is your boy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy, man? We definitely have a responsibility to push the conversation forward, basically till we're all equal. That's a fact. Big shout out. So we're gonna look at some of these schedules. Definitely, but let's give me a second to change things around a little bit. You welcome, everybody. We live, you welcome. We live, you are welcome, man. You're welcome, man. Yo, we got the schedules. We got all four RIIL schedules. I can't even say it took a little bothering, but we got the schedules done. Not done because I had nothing to do with it. Um, I didn't put these schedules together, but we got the RIIL schedules, man. Shout out to everybody over there holding it down, man. I'm looking at now. It's actually called the state championship division, Division 1, the state championship division. So now is Division 2 the new Division 1? And don't forget, chop it up with us tonight, Voice Sports, man. We're gonna go down to Washington, D.C., talk to our guys down there. Um, they're gonna have a whole full lineup on the show, even with a little local edition. Coach Dunbar is gonna chop it up about his Washington High School championship and how the other age bracket, I think it's the 15-year-olds, almost took home a championship. But yo, let me get these uploaded so I could get them up on the screen. Let me check these comment out. That's right. We have the schedules. You want to know who SK is playing? We're gonna let you know. But first, Bishop Hendricken. The first week is already an out-of-state game that Bishop Hendricken has, and it starts off on September 9th. The injury fund game would be a week before that, and a lot of them games are still being so out. But Bishop Hendricken's gonna play NK, and then they'll be at NK, then they'll be home to Portsmouth. Then they have another out-of-state game. But the first out-of-state game would be home, and that's gonna be against Londonderry High School out of New Hampshire. They're coming down. Um, I think the other guy up there in Cumberland also has an out of state game, but um, and then it looks like Bishop Hendricken on week 5, Friday, October 7th, Cranston West, and then they visit LaSalle. Then they're gonna be at Central, and they visit East Providence, and that would end it on the 28th. And Bishop Hendricken don't have any out of state games. I mean, no Thanksgiving Day games for Bishop Hendricken. So that's basically right there. That was Bishop Hendricken. Central week 1. I think Central has a game with one socket. I'm not sure if that has been finalized, but we ain't supposed to talk about that. And then week 2, Cranston East, LaSalle. They'll be at LaSalle, so that'll be a great matchup right away. Central, LaSalle. Then they visit Woonsocket. Everybody's visiting Woonsocket. Westerly's going to travel down to Woonsocket. Central gets to travel down to Woonsocket. And then they're gonna be at Westerly. Great matchup. I think I seen one of the Division 2 coaches say this is like the new D1, and it is because that's what they're calling it. It's been called the new D1. So is this gonna transition into a D1? So Westerly gets to play Central on October 7th. That'll be at Westerly. and every game is always like Westerly's crowd just does a great job. Great atmosphere. So I hope Central travels big for that game. And then Central traveling up to Burrillville. So you go like one end of the state to the other Friday, October 14th. And then the big game Friday, October 21st. Mark this one down. Central High School, Bishop Hendricken. Y'all remember last year's game, Central and Bishop Hendricken? That was one of the great games. They are all out. That's right. All the schedules are out. And who you got to thank? Who you got to thank? Not him. I'm not saying that. I'm asking him. Who you got to thank? Where was we? Oh yeah, and then NK to end it off on the 20. But we're talking about the Bishop Hendricken Central Knights game. You could check that out on NFHS. You just got to look up Bishop Hendricken versus Providence Day. It took Bishop Hendricken that whole game to beat Central. It took them all 4 quarters to beat Central. And what I noticed Bishop Hendricken did, and maybe I'm wrong, Bishop Hendricken usually spreads the ball out, and I think against Central, they just tried to get against what they were used to. Let me try to feed this one, and it just got shut down. LaSalle Academy, out-of-state game, week 1, week 2, out-of-state game. LaSalle's first Rhode Island game will be versus Central on September 23rd. Then they have another. I heard LaSalle was going to schedule a lot of out-of-state games. So it looks like even before October 1st, LaSalle has 3 out-of-state games. And then you have at NK, at Bishop Hendricken, versus SK, and then Friday the 28th, they will visit Shea Raiders. So that's definitely gonna be an interesting game. Give me 1 second, and I could probably get these up on the screen. I just don't want to. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, now we will go to. I'm trying to get them up on the screen while I'm doing all this jabbering, but all right, listen. Now we're gonna go to NK. NK week 1, Portsmouth. That's gonna be a good matchup. You know, I'm hoping NK wears Portsmouth down. Week 2, NK is gonna face off against Bishop Hendricken. Week 3, NK versus EG. And then NK goes to St. Ray's. Remember that last year's St. Ray's game? I'll have you on very soon. Shout out Coach Price. I just got a lot going on the local scene. Coach Price down there in North Carolina. Nothing personal, but I will get you on soon, Coach Price. You already know they be calling me. Coach Price with Team Cape Fear Flight down there in Wilmington, North Carolina. Because you already know we be getting around. So Portsmouth, Bishop Hendricken, EG, and then St. Ray's. Last year, NK St. Ray's. What a great game. It wasn't good for NK, but and then North Kingstown pretty much got their butt in order. You've seen Eddie Bueller playing great football. And then NK and Barrington at Barrington. I think NK is going to handle Barrington easily. And then here's another easy win for NK against Cumberland. Listen, somebody said it's a shame that Cumberland is not going to be in D1 because they have the only NFL prospect in the state of Rhode Island. I looked on their team, and I figured if you're an NFL prospect, I might see that right away, but it didn't stick out to me. So if anyone knows who the NFL prospect is on the Cumberland Clippers, definitely let me know because I would love to keep an eye on that player. And then NK at Central, Friday, October 28th. And then you have the Thanksgiving Day game. Who plays Mount Pleasant? Oh, okay, for the Thanksgiving Day game, yes, Mount Pleasant, and then you got the East Providence and SK game. Them are the Division 1 games for now. I can actually get this uploaded right now. Them are the Division 1 games, and give me 1 second so I can upload this. I'm working on them right now, people. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. What do you guys think? Do SK plays NK on? Yes, they do. I was talking about the NK games. Um, Shout out to you, Brandon. Interesting. I think SK is going to be traveling to Westerly towards the end of the season too, right before their Thanksgiving Day game with NK. But let me get this next schedule up here. I'm just trying to upload these so I could get them up onto into the computer. Um, okay, 1 second. But yeah, I mean, and now we're gonna see what. 1 second, I'm live. And now we'll look at Division Two in just a second. I just want to try to upload this to the computer. But what do you think about the Division One, the way it's setting up right now? Let me know. I'm just sending a whole bunch of random shots over there to the file. So give me 1 second. Guessing their O line linebackers think 55, good size, athletic kid. Eddie, are you still coaching on one socket? I thought you was coaching semi-pro. I didn't know if you was still coaching high school as well as semi-pro. But shout out to Eddie Olette, making that big commute all the way to one socket. You know, that's what it takes for coaches like that to get it done. That's why they had back-to-back championships. You know, having a good staff, and you know, no BS. I'm being pretty. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. Coach B-Ball was getting it done. I thought they were holding onto these damn and I'm also gonna put these on the Facebook page in just a second. But I thought they were holding onto these, Bright. They wasn't gonna let them go, but we got them. We got them. We got them. Hold on. Here we go. We're getting one up here now. It's not easy. Computer illiterate. I did go to Providence schools. There we go. There we go. There's Division One. You can check that out, screenshot and do all that good stuff. Don't forget tonight, Voice Sports is definitely gonna be what is popping on. We're gonna have a lit show. And before I get the Division Two one up there, if you have a chance, May 29th, get out to the Fed Hill Memorial Day cookout. That cookout is lit. Never been a problem in 16 years. No arguments. You don't gotta worry about that. Great place for the kids. Popcorn, cotton candy, water slides, like the whole nine. Bob is there to get the kids haircuts. Memorial Day weekend. And if you go to the Fed Hill Cookout page, courtesy of Potty Rock Limousine, you can win a limo ride to and from the cookout at Lincoln Woods. So that's going to be May 29th. So definitely check that out. Let me get this other Division 2 up here now. I wasn't ready. But I wanted to bring you the information fast. Tonight, 9 o'clock, I'm interested to see what Rube has to say. Rube is going to do the alignment over on and I knew about a week. Didn't I say about a week? I said Rube in a week is going to do some damage control. He's going to come on here. He's going to talk about the alignment. So, 1 second. I'm just trying to get this down. Okay, here we go over here. But we working on it. Let me get the D1 back one up there. So here we go. So we can go over this again. Bishop Hendricken, the out of state game, the first week. And then they're at NK. Shout out to NK and Central, the only two public schools that basically stuck it out. And I think EG, Woonsocket, Burrillville, no hard feelings for them going into Division Two. I thought they belonged in Division Two for even last season. So I'm not even like when I talk about the Division Two protection program, I kind of made a joke. It was no offense to the teams that are in Division Two now, or even some of them teams that were in Division One, but that's what it became. It became the Division Two protection program because all them D1 teams had the opportunity to opt into D1. So when they tell you Oh, it was a league's decision. No, you had a chance to opt in. I'm just letting that be known. You definitely had a chance to opt in. Um, oh yeah, this is great. That ain't gonna work. Hold on. Let me get another one up here because that definitely isn't gonna work. Like I said, I wasn't really too prepared for this. 1 second. Nope, we don't. Well, we could download this one too. It's Division 3. Okay, we'll get that one downloaded right now. Okay, we'll get this one. Here we go. And now let's go back and get Division 2. Here we go. Here we go. This one's a nice color shot one. Nice. Shout out to the lunch lady that grabbed these for me. I really appreciate it. Nope, these didn't come from no leaked emails. Don't worry about it. Joshua. Wait till you see the strength of schedule. Injury fund versus Davies 9-2. Ponegants at 9-9. Thank you. I appreciate it. But we on to Division 2 right now. Definitely everybody share this so we could talk about what's going on and what teams are where. But look at that. Cumberland. Let's look at their schedule, because the president got to make sure, I don't want no one thinking I got the easy schedule. So let's, you know. Out of state game the first week, September 9th. And then they play EG. Somebody asked me if Coach Leamer, if they was like, oh, I just started following you and I see all these this weird looking guy. And was he a coach that never started you? And I was like, yeah, something like that. But anyway, EG at EG and then at EP. EG, EP. So then Cumberland plays they play EG, East Providence, and then Burrillville. That's their first competition, respectfully. I mean, EG has a great coach, Coach George, but then EP really, what have they done the last couple of seasons? Would they go 3-6 last year, if I'm remembering correctly? And then Burrillville, Coach Ferraro always has his guys right up there. What do you think about this Cumberland? And then St. Ray's. You're gonna have Moses Muse. Andre DePina Gray is not going to be there. Napoleon DeBarros is not going to be there. You're going to lose some pots. Number one, Ethan is not going to be there. So we're going to have to see how St. Ray's handles it. And then Cranston West, Cranston West is one of them teams that should be a Division 1 team. And I bet if you ask any of the players, any of the assistant coaches, even ask the coach, they'll tell you. But then they're going to tell you all these programs, oh, no, we're going to play, we had to come down. It's the best thing for the league. I looked back to 1932 last night to try to find a 4-team division, and I could not find one anywhere. Like, this is like a first time in history we have a 4-team Division 1, and it's embarrassing. That's the best league in the state, and there's only 2 teams that are willing to step up and say, we challenge the best, and that's Central High School and NK. Now, you heard Mike Washington. He talked his shit. You know what I'm saying? He said how he felt about that, and you can go back and check that episode out. So Burrillville High School, man. Coach Ferraro, man. Burrillville, actually, I think Burrillville holds the record for the most championships in Rhode Island football history. Now, Hendricken will tell you in the post Super Bowl era, Hendricken holds the record, but Burrillville and West Warwick actually hold them records. A little bit of football knowledge for you, football facts. So Burrillville, Cranston West, we don't really have every game for week 1 right now. So Burrillville looks like the first game right now, Cranston West, and then they play Coach Addison, Mount Pleasant. Another thing I found out, Coach Addison sent Division I players, like 6 of them so far, onto college to play Division I football. Shout out Coach Addison. Um, you really wouldn't know that because nobody ever mentions that. Let's see, where are we? And then Cumberland, Burrville over Cumberland. That's going to be at Cumberland. And then you have a game versus EG. And definitely leave a comment what you got to think about some of these games. Um, and then Central High School, Burrville versus Central. I watched last season's Burrville and Central game. You have to if you're home watching these games, put these games up on the big screen. If you're watching through fans only, there's a little box at the top of the YouTube page, and you could press that and link it to your smart. Definitely do that if you're watching that Central Burrville game. Any of these games, it looks so good on the 70-inch flat screen hanging up on the wall. And then Burrville at East Providence, a game that really I just can't get any interest over that game. So we'll see how that goes. Burrville at East Providence, and then Burrville ended up with against St. Ray's. So they're gonna finish it up, St. Ray's, and then I want to say it says Pano for their holiday game, for their Thanksgiving Day game. So and last year Pano going into the Super Bowl at that time. Is Pano gonna have the same luck in Division III? Who's gonna stop them? Pilgrims, like me, Narragansett, like there's teams that are gonna raise their hand, but we'll talk about that when we get there. How about Cranston West? Playing their week 1 game, West Warwick High School. West Warwick Wizards coming down to Division III. I have to look it up, but when was the last time West Warwick was in Division III? We'll have to see if we can get an answer to that one. And then Burrville at Burrville. Then they're at St. Ray's versus Providence. Versus Bishop Hendricken, Cranston West, Bishop Hendricken, and then at Cumberland versus Mount Pleasant at EG. And then they play Cranston East for the Turkey Day, November 24th. So definitely them all Cranston West games. So you got West Warwick, Burrville, St. Ray's, East Providence, Bishop Hendricken, Cumberland, Mount Pleasant, and EG. And now we have East Greenwich. And definitely, speaking of EG, definitely hashtag justice for Olivia, and justice for Matthew and Olivia. Let's get justice for both these kids that died at the hands of somebody else in horrible drunk driving accidents. And we really need to pay more attention to that and make sure it just don't happen. So hashtag justice for Olivia and Matthew for sure. So EG, we don't have a week 1 game, but their first game versus Cumberland, and then they're at NK, Mount Pleasant, at Burrville versus East Providence, at St. Ray's versus Cranston West, and then they play East Greenwich, EWG. Still looking for a coach, but I'm hearing Stringfellow's name. Coming from Tollgate going to EWG. Don't know how true it is. But would Stringfellow wanna? I always want to say Stringfellow Deeds from the Longfellow Deeds, But why would Stringfellow want to go to EWG? But Stringfellow seems to be the guy, looking out for that job. Well, I don't even know if I was supposed to say that. I'm sorry. What are they saying, court? Please disregard the last comment. Okay, see, so it's like I never said it. All right, St. Ray's. Tolman. St. Ray's playing Tolman. Tolman playing up. Tolman went down to D3. Imagine that. I can't see why Tolman went down to D3, but they say it's the formula. I don't know, but I know 6 years ago, you got to go by what they went by 6 years ago, which makes no sense. But St. Ray's, after that, they play Tolman, East Providence, versus Cranston West, versus NK, versus Cumberland, at Mount Pleasant, versus EG, and at Burrville. Wow, they're like, does St. Ray's have a home field? There they go. 1, 2, 3. They got 4 games on the road. And they got a 3-game where they're on the road for 3 weeks from September 23rd all the way to October 7th. Mount Pleasant High School. Mount Pleasant was like someone said, "Oh, they look like a D1 sandwich over there." Um, they were the only team left. Every other D2 team, they bounced over to the D3 protection program. But they went over to Division 3, which is the new Division 2. Mount Pleasant has a bye the first week. Why does Mount Pleasant have a bye the first week? Is the season going to be that tough that Mount Pleasant needed a bye the first week? But they come out of the Scituate game. Scituate's playing up. They said, you know what? We want to come to D2 and play our non-league game against Mount Pleasant. So we'll see how that goes. Good test for Scituate. So after that, Mount Pleasant gets a bye. They'll rest up, and then they'll play Barrington September 23rd. Don't sleep on Mount Pleasant. That's Coach of the Year. Don't sleep. And then Burrillville, and then they're at EG. And then they go versus Providence, versus St. Ray's, at Cranston West, at Cumberland. Oops, my bad. I know that hurt is. And then I want to say Mount Pleasant and Central for the injury for the Thanksgiving Day game. And that made great sense to get the injury fund game. You know where we need to see an injury fund game? Can we get a classical Central game? We haven't seen a classical Central game in 5 years. And them schools basically kiss each other. They touch buildings. Why have we not seen a classical Central game? So can we get, who wants to see a classical Central High School injury fund game? Like, or any game between classical and Central. They haven't, I couldn't believe it. I looked it up last night. 5 years, them two teams have not played each other. So can we get Joshua, Eric's going to what? Eric, who do we talk to get that classical and Central game done? We all want to see classical and Central mount up. Oh my God, I would love to see that. Who would love to see that? Who would love to see that? Sorry about that. Yeah, I would definitely love to see that game. So we're gonna finish up with East Providence. Where they got a game against Pilgrim week 1, and then versus St. Ray's versus Cumberland at Cranston West. Then they got a game. Then they go to Mount Pleasant, play on that nice field. They go, both of them places got beautiful. Who has a better facility, Mount Pleasant or East Providence? Let me know. And then they're at EG versus Burrillville, and then at Bishop Hendrick. And East Providence plays at all nice places. They said, well, I don't know how Cumberland is, but they said we ain't playing nowhere but 5-star fields this year. East Providence said we're not even playing that. So Division 2B, what division is tougher, Division 2A or Division 2B? I'm curious. I wonder which one is tougher. But Portsmouth playing NK week 1, and then Portsmouth traveling to Westerly. Shout out to you, Coach. Yeah, then Portsmouth traveling up to Westerly. That's going to be a very interesting game. Every game in Westerly, like that place is a great place to play. If you haven't experienced it, it's a hard place to get a win. The whole town shows up. What a good experience. Portsmouth visits Westerly, and then the game at Bishop Hendrick in week 3. Coach Dempsey, Coach Croft battling it out. And then at SK and Portsmouth versus SK, who's going to win that game? Who's SK have for a quarterback this season? We have a lot of new quarterbacks this season. You see all them. I listed the other day all the quarterbacks that graduated. We lose. Yeah, I'd rather not go to Westerly. Yeah, I mean besides the long ride, it's a tough place to play. And I know Coach Bebo is happy he don't have to travel down to Westerly. Not that he don't want to play down there, he just don't want to take that ride. But you know what's good about that? Right after that, you tell the bus driver, hey, we have to head up Route 2. We have to make a stop at Foxwoods. They got the mall up there, so it's not like you're going to And they also got an awesome go-kart track up at Foxwoods now. You have to check that out. Best environment to stay for sure. It is a hell of a place to play. I mean, the lights, the scoreboard. Miranda said once that coming from New London being a great place with a lot of football pride, that he didn't think there was another community, and you can't walk far in Westerly without seeing Bulldog clothing. That's how every town should be. I think all these schools should have like a team store open year round. But let's get on with this because nobody wants to hear about damn Westerly any more than they have to. East Providence definitely got the nicest field. Yeah, I could see that. I like Mount Pleasant, but I Mount Pleasant has history. The Broncos and the Patriots played at Mount Pleasant Field, and at that time they had cement bleachers on both sides of the field. Yeah, true shit. That's a real story. Bishop Hendricken, and then SK, and then they're at who they have for that game? Shea. I'm sorry. Then they're verse Shea, at SK. No, verse Shea, and then they're at one socket. I'm sorry, it's a little blurry. Versus Barville, Cranston East, and then Middletown for a Turkey Day. Portsmouth, Middletown over there on the island. Some people say that East Bay referees are the toughest. Shit, I remember they almost booted Stanley Dunbar's ass right out of the game up there in Mount Hope. I was like, whoa. For Coach Dunbar to get almost thrown out of game, it had to be critical, critical. Um, but yeah, so anyway, shout out to the referees, and we definitely need more referees, so I shouldn't be criticizing them. SK now in Division 2B, and I know the kids don't like it. The coaches, they could have bucked up, done something about it. But when socket, first one socket, SK, that's gonna be a nice ride all the way down 90, connect 295, 146, all the way up to Park Square. When they got the festival, Queen of Maria's, that little festival they have in one socket, that used to be lit. Cranston East on week 3, SK at Cranston East versus Portsmouth. Is Portsmouth gonna be a big threat? Does Portsmouth have a quarterback coming back? I mean, do they lose players? You D1 teams out there, you gotta kind of let us know a little something, something. But we're definitely gonna have to see how Portsmouth definitely responds to this. And then SK is at Burrville. Then they visit Shea, which I think it's still up in the air, but I believe Tolman submitted a letter about the Shea coach, about Coach Dino, saying that they have no objection if Coach Camp wants to be the Shea coach. So I'm interested to see if Dino comes back to Shea, because you lose Coach Camp, you lost um Coach Mike Murray, so changing them two coaches is key for Shea. So we really have to see what Shea does. And I don't know what Shea had for numbers last season. Um let's see, Barrington. Barrington, I can't do it. You gotta get me out of D1. At Shea, at Westerly. Then they visit Cranston East. Then they visit SK, NK, at Portsmouth, at Woonsocket. That's tough, man. I don't see Barrington making the playoffs. I mean, right? Exactly. You all agree. Thank you. See, they don't think so either. But we're definitely gonna have to see Shea. And I said before we say anything about Shea, I gotta wait to see what staff they put together, because a staff makes all the difference in the world. Um, you got staffs around here that can't coach their way out of a wet paper bag if it was ripped open with rotten grapes in it and all kinds of flammable liquids. So we're gonna look at Shea. They visit Barrington. Then where they at? Woonsocket. Then they visit Westerly, Portsmouth, SK, Cranston East, LaSalle. That's not. I think Division 2B is definitely a tougher side than Division 2A. Let me know what side is tougher. I definitely think the 2B side is a little bit tougher. Woonsocket, Cranston East. Woonsocket, the week one game. Do you have, is that right? You have Cranston East or do you have Central? Hmm. We'll have to check on that. And then at SK, first Shay, at Central, Cranston East, visit Portsmouth. All right. Um, versus Westerly. Wait, that's going to be a very good game. Two coaches that are familiar with each other. Um, yeah, I've seen Woonsocket and Wesley for a few years, and then they get to wrap it up, making the playoffs at Barrington, and then they play their game versus Cumberland, and we already know the Novans all the way. I'm telling you now, I'm taking all bets plus 21. Okay. All right, Wesley, man. Their first game, we already know, Charahoe. Gonna have a new staff. Like Wesley will always play Charahoe the first game. Just forget about it. It ain't ever gonna change. That's how they want it. That's how it's always gonna be. Wesley Charahoe, which was a good game last season, first game of the year. Charahoe played very tough, and then the second quarter, Wesley makes their halftime adjustments and like you know popped that clutch and just took off like a Mustang Saline. Um, did any of you guys see the footage of their line coach, Najee Barrows, on the Thanksgiving Day game tackling the damn teddy bear? That was crazy. Um, Wesley home games are definitely, it's an experience. You definitely have to check it out. So Wesley at Portsmouth versus Barrington. And I think they're going to beat Barrington. Barrington was up on them 21 points last season. This year, you got Lance Williams that's maturing. He was a very good quarterback last year. Zach Tuck. Zach Tuck is another sample of Tristan Toronto, pretty much. Big, strong kid, fast, 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 has speed, has back. Kid is built. So you definitely have some players that are coming back. Good coaches in place. Danny Miranda, Ronnie Spazzato, Najee Barrows. Coach Dunbar, of course. So they definitely have a decent team. So it's gonna be at Woonsocket, and then versus SK, and then they all know that Stonington game is gonna be a lot. That's gonna be fire. That Stonington game, people are gonna be friggin' on fire over that game because of all the drama that happened last season. Um, and then Cranston East, Woonsocket, Central, SK, Barrington, Woonsocket, Westerly, Shea, and Portsmouth, and then they played the big old Cranston West game. So that's pretty much the Division 2 schedule. So it's gonna be a great season. But I think that Division 2B is definitely a tougher side. Now let me see if I got Division 3 up here. Bang, here we go. So here's Division 3. Here we go. This classical. Can't wait to see it. We need to see Classical and Central need to play each other, man. Like, why have they not played in 5 years? Does anybody else want to see that game? Classical and Central, man. Put them games on the schedule. There's no reason them two teams should not play each other. Stop being so damn scary. At Middletown, September 16th. Lincoln, North Smithfield, Tollgate, Tolman, Coventry. You know what? I give up. Look at that peanut butter and jelly schedule. Former F1 boss Max Mosley shoots himself after terminal cancer diagnosis. Wow, that's tough. Look at that classical schedule, though, man. Is that like that's horrible? Middletown, Lincoln, North Smithfield, Tollgate, Tolman, Coventry, and Charahoe, man. Like, yo, I can't even make this stuff up, man. More embarrassment, man. Like, yeah, all right. So Let's hand them another one. Look at Tolman, St. Ray's, Charahoe, Middletown, Lincoln, North Smithfield, Classical, Tollgate, and Coventry. At least that's a little. I mean, I kind of almost saying, but yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes the timing of the games, who you have back to back, definitely matters a lot. Coventry. We're still waiting on the first week. Coventry. I think your injury fund game, just to let you know. I know your AD probably hasn't told you it yet, but your injury fund game, I think they denied your request. So I'm just letting you know because I usually know before and I you know. Um, so Tollgate, Charahoe, Middletown, Lincoln, North Smithfield, Classical, and Tolman, and then they play West Warwick. That game last season. We'll talk about that another time. But that was a broken trophy they had. They had a broken trophy, and I'm hoping to see a better game this year. Still got to deal with Narragansett in the playoffs. They still have a good group of kids. Yo, no, definitely, absolutely. They did graduate quite a few, but Narragansett definitely has some good ball players. That's for sure. Does your son still? Oh, okay. Never mind. Answer the question. There you go. Before you do that, you might want to check the rules. There may be rules because he played for another competitive team. There may be rules where he'll have to sit out, but I don't know. I might be wrong. That's what I heard. So definitely check that out. Oh, he's only a sophomore. Okay, I wasn't sure. I just didn't want you to transfer him and then be like, oh my god, So look into that definitely before you make any decisions. And that's where the private schools have the advantage because kids can transfer to the private school, and guess what? They don't have to sit out. But if you transfer, if I transferred my kid, say to, Charahoe, and my kid goes to Westerly, like I think he would have to sit out. And then even pathways, if you don't do it in the beginning of the year, I think you have to sit out the calendar year. Um, it's not only one sport, so we're definitely gonna look into that. Yes, yeah, that's right. You still got a whole month to go, but I just want to let you know, check into all that, and that goes for anybody before you transfer. All right, where was we? All right, we went through Coventry already. Charahoe. Who's gonna be the new coach at Charahoe, huh? That coach going up to Worcester State, running back coach. And I know they don't need a running back coach. They got Kevon Davis. We already know. Shout out Kevon Davis. Shout out Woonsocket. That dude definitely be putting up numbers. Okay, and so Tolman, Coventry, Tollgate, Middletown, Lincoln, North Smithfield Classical, Narragansett for the injury fund game. This is where these two teams switched, I think, Middletown and Narragansett, which I guess because they played each other. I don't know, something like that. But I know Johnston, Pilgrim were in a similar situation. They also play each other, but they didn't get that opportunity. Um, where are we now? Middletown. All right, Middletown versus Classical at Tolman versus Coventry. See that's a tough stop of a schedule. You go from Classical to Tolman. I mean, but Costco did say last season before the end of the year that they were losing a lot of kids. They really don't have a lot coming back. So we'll have to wait and see how Costco bounces back. At Charahoe, at Tollgate, which we don't know if Tollgate's gonna have Stringfellow or is Stringfellow gonna end up at EWG. Because a lot of people have been talking Stringfellow could be the coach over at EWG. We know he applied. But we'll have to wait and see what EWG goes. But I don't know anybody after like so many people said that they have a history of firing coaches. So why you want to go somewhere that has a history of firing coaches? And then Lincoln. Lincoln still has some work to do. Versus North Smithfield, Classical, Tolman, Coventry, Charahoe, Middletown, Tollgate, and Central Falls. North Smithfield, their first game, Gansett. So I guess you are stuck playing that Gansett game, huh? then Lincoln, Tollgate, Classical, Tolman, Coventry, Charahoe, Middletown, and they play Situate for the Thanksgiving Day game. They got that nice field up there, North Smithfield. And then Tollgate at Coventry versus North Smithfield versus Charahoe, Classical, Middletown, Tolman, Lincoln. Who wins the playoffs? Who's the top 4 teams on this side? I'll say, let's see, top four. Tolman, Coventry. I don't know. We definitely have to wait to see how that goes out. Like, who could pick the top 4? Then you got Moses Brown at Narragansett. Then they verse Rogers, Johnston. Johnston requested to go down to Division 4. That was suspect. Mount Hope, West Warwick, Pilgrim, and St. Ray's. Mount Hope, the next best team after Classical, as far as the rankings, as far as that BS formula. We ain't playing. Pilgrim, Narragansett, Rogers, Johnston, Moses Brown, Ponagansett, and West Warwick. Barrington for the holiday game. Let's see. West Warwick is Cranston West. Pono, Pilgrim, Narragansett, Rogers, Johnston, Moses Brown. Is that Mount Pleasant? We get that. That's a respectable schedule. Definitely a respectable schedule. This is the new Division 2 now. Pilgrim, we had a game against East Providence. That should be a good test for East Providence. Test him against a good team like Pilgrim. And it'll definitely, give East Providence something to build off. And then at Mount Pleasant versus West Warwick. At Ponagansett versus Narragansett. At Rogers versus Johnston. At Moses Brown and Tollgate. Narragansett. This side is definitely the hotter side of the division. And are we going to see, like last year in Division 2, I think all of them came out of Division 2. All the playoff teams came out of Division 2B, if I'm not mistaken. So Narragansett, Moses Brown, Mount Pleasant, first West Warwick. Pilgrim is ready. Pilgrim playing Johnston for Turkey Day. Oh, okay. Thank you, because that has over here Pilgrim and Tollgate for Turkey Day. So I'm glad we got that straightened out. Pilgrim is playing Johnston for Thanksgiving. What else we got here? Let's see. Rogers, they'll be playing on Johnston, Moses Brown, Mount Pleasant. I'm sure you all are reading this. What do you think about these schedules here? Johnston versus Rogers, Ponagansett, Moses Brown, Mount Pleasant, West Warwick, Pilgrim, Narragansett, and then Pono. Pono coming from 4. All the Division 2, the Division 3, and 4 Super Bowl champions are all in this division. And then Johnston, you see Rogers, Pono, Moses Brown, Mount Pleasant, West Warwick. North Smithfield, West Warwick, Johnston, Pilgrim, Moses Brown, Narragansett, Mount Hope. I kept saying Mount Pleasant. I don't know why I thought that was friggin' Mount Pleasant. So let me see. We just need Division 4 now. Nah, give me 1 second. Get that up here. 1 second. Yeah, it's definitely going to be competitive, man. The Division 2 looks a very, very competitive division. What division do you think is the most competitive, man? It's hot like the bottom of a. I can't even say it. Here we go. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. That ain't it. Hang on, guys. What the frig, man? Okay, I got it now. I got it. I got it. We got another show at 8 o'clock with Voice Sports, man. Oof. It's going to be a long friggin' night. While I am sending this up, big shout out to the people that helped me make this possible, man. Go pick up a copy. RallyPointMen'sMinistries.com. Pick up a copy of Coach Pennington's new book, Through the Smoker, What Barbecue Can Teach You About How God Prepares a Man. Definitely let's support each other. Okay, now we have this, and now we got to come over here. Okay, let's get this out of here. There it is. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, let's get Division 4 up on the screen. Definitely. Here we go. Oh, that's not it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man. Congratulations to Coach Pennington. Huh? Look, another award. Everybody wish Coach Penn congratulations about this. I'm sure he's been working very hard, long time up there at the state police. But Division 4, here we go, man. This division, I've been talking about this division right here. I already told y'all, Pontigan's duck that smoke. Central Falls. Central Falls playing Hope. North Providence. EWG. Smithfield. Davies. At Situate. Then they got an out-of-state game. Central Falls playing an out-of-state game. Tell me that's not true. Friday, October 21st, we got to look into that. Juanita Sanchez. Tiverton, Lincoln. I mean, Tiverton going to have a new coach, the new youngest coach in the league, Coach Sheridan. He beats my guy over there. Coach Mikey Washington was the youngest coach for what, 26 hours? Yeah, but now we have Coach Sheridan, now the youngest coach in the league over there in Tiverton. Shout out Coach Sheridan. Very young team last year. I think he was the O-line coach. Now he's taking over for Coach Murray. That said, I'm out of here. I'm done. He's been around a long time, though. Congratulations and best of luck, Coach Murray. Look at Davies, huh? EWG first game for Davies right out the gate. Oh, they got buys this week. Look at you guys got buys. You guys had buys last year, I think, in Division 4. So Davies right out the gate is playing at EWG. Then Juanita Sanchez. Then they have a bye. And then they play Situate. Then Central Falls, North Providence, Tiverton, Hope, Smithfield and Juanita Sanchez for the Thanksgiving Day game. Is this going to be a very competitive division this season? Oh, I still got that comment down there. Let me get that out of there. And what else? What team? What team here is going to be the best? Who is going to win Division 4? Is it going to be Central Falls? Is it going to be Davies? Is it going to be EWG Co-op? You heard Coach Fortin say, I left you with a championship team. Is it going to be EWG Co-op Pro? I read something interesting about them, about the co-op. I was reading something about the amount of numbers that co-ops can have on each team, whether you have one team, two teams, and then request to go to three teams. But hold on one second. I just gotta answer this message real quick. And don't forget, we got another show, 8 o'clock, Voice Sports. Definitely gonna be lit. Wayne the Voice Matthews, Coach Dunbar is gonna stop in. I know he's got a full schedule of people that's going to be on for 8 o'clock. That's a Voice Sports program. Let me see who he's going to have on, actually. I think he sent me the lineup. Here it is. So let's see. We got Dunbar, James Davis, Coach Alan Thomas, Andre Robinson, Daryl Overton, and Chris Bray. I know Chris Bray is coming out of Hammer Country, so definitely check that out. We'll have some North Carolina. We'll talk some from Virginia football. That's going to be at 8 o'clock, DMV. And then don't forget, 9 o'clock, it's a rebellion. That's the name of Eric Rube's page, right? It's a rebellion. Like, are you serious? You really embrace that. Hope High School. Look at their schedule. CFEWG, Tiverton, Juanita Sanchez. Who is the better team in these D4 programs? I'll tell you what, Situate right now, I mean, no capping. They do have one of the better quarterbacks. That kid Wolfie is a great, great quarterback. They have some good players. And I know a lot of people, they laugh when I say, that Situate can be up there as one of the better teams. But I really think, looking here, what we have for Division 4, Tiverton's going to have a new staff. Smithfield, they started off strong, lad. They beat Hope. I mean, come on. You beat Tiverton. Like, what else can you say? You beat Hope, you beat Tiverton, and who else did they beat last year? They beat Tiverton, they beat Hope, and maybe I don't know. I think they beat a third team, so they come out the gate 3-0. And then you have a COVID case, so you really can't play. So you stay locked in at that number 2 seed. Now, does anybody know if the COVID cases are going to be? Are we going to have no contest games this season in the division? That's something else. Are we going to have them no contest games? I'm not sure what the league is doing, but what do you think about these realignments, people? Let me know. Yeah, definitely. Let me know what you think about these realignments. Here we go, Division 4. Situate. Mount Pleasant. Good test. Good test for Situate, man. That house is so beautiful out there by itself, right on the water. Situate, Mount Pleasant. Good game. And then you're gonna play Tiverton, North Providence, Davies, Juanita Sanchez, Central Falls, Hope, Smithfield, EWG, and a Thanksgiving Day game against North Smithfield. Smithfield has the bye when week 2. When does Situate have the bye? They said we don't want no bye. Situate said we don't want no bye. You don't have to give us no damn bye. Don't feel bad for us. You're giving us a bye. Situate was like, hell no, we don't want no bye. Yeah, but Division Two, boy, looking that Division Two. I'll tell you what, though. Speaking on that Division Two, not three. Look at the quality, strength of schedule. Pick Cumberland and put them up on any other strength of schedule. Look at that. No one, they definitely look. How do you say it's any other way? You know what I mean? Look at us slap her around the world. Psh, get that schedule out of here, Will Smith said. He said, He said, no, there's no transparency. Transparency. I got your transparency. So here we go, back to D1, just to give you a quick, and I'm going to post all these schedules up for sure. Shout out to everybody that held it down. Thank you. Wow, look at that, 300 people. Damn. 3A. So now you've seen it all. It is what it is. The state championship division, Division 4. It's all going to be popping. Who is going to be the better division, man? Thank you to all my friends up there on Jefferson Boulevard that helped me get this schedule. I really appreciate it, man. Shout out to the people that make this possible, man. Big shout out to Coach Lima, everybody on the board that did a great job on this alignment, man. Yeah, I can't even tell you how thankful I am. Big shout out to you guys, and I invite everybody out to the Fed Hill Memorial Day Cookout, Sunday, May 29th. Get there. It's going to be a big group shot. The Rough Riders are going to come down. The Low Lifes is going to be Bobbers there to cut the kids' hair. Bounce houses, foam machines, dance floors, all kinds of stuff. And where else you going to go? Chef it up. You win $100. The best dish. Like, there is no better place on May 29th to be. Like, this place is such a good time. Never been an argument there. But, get back here at 8 o'clock. Voice Sports, Wayne Voice Matthews. I'm going to go over a little bit of this early on. We're going to have Coach Dunbar on early on in the show. And I got to ask him about this. I have to, right? And you know what my boy's going to say. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, Pat.
Oh, my goodness. Every GM needs that.
Oh, that's the play of the night so far for my.
The play of the night.
Get ready, it's coming.
Get ready. It's coming. Are you running?
What you're doing? I'm always following you, man. I know you out in Westerly, so we kind of stay close. So I'm seeing everything you're doing. I'm seeing the Voice Sports stuff and how they're kind of reaching really the nation. They're doing stuff all over the country. So if there's anybody Voice Sports that wants to tap into to this market in Rhode Island and New England, trying to expand a little bit, definitely hit me up and you can get my info from Mikey. Hey, Mikey, sound kind of went out. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. I can hear you. My sound went off, but shout out to Coach Dunbar. Who remembers this?
When I came up, dude, football was it was gladiated. It was angry. Like when we hit somebody, when I played, if you hit somebody and he didn't get up, like we didn't hold hands with the other team and pray, like hold hands and everyone prays for him to get up. We used to do a Indian, like sell a hump dance circle around, like look at you. Oh. And be like, and our crowd's like, he's paralyzed. That's right. We be looking for his.
It's more than Family Guy. I know you heard of your boy Japan, and I'm rocking out with Chris Clark. He from the West Coast. I'm from Rhode Island. Let's get it going now. It's how it's going down. Brody got its own style. Smallest state in the nation, but we so proud. Yeah, we so proud. Screaming out loud. Oh, here we go. Come scramble for the dollar. Hoes stay corrupt, blood money for tomorrow. Still a plantation, bunch of niggas wearing collars. Whether in the gutter or a fucking brown scholar. And from the east to the west, little roadie in the house, man, we always been fresh. And from the north to the south, I love where I'm from, better watch your mouth. We from